Have you ever looked around your home and felt overwhelmed by how much stuff you've collected over the years? For many seniors, decluttering is not just about tidying up. It's about creating a safer, calmer, and more comfortable space to enjoy in your later years. Yet here's the surprising truth. Most older adults fall into the same common mistakes when trying to declutter, and these mistakes can actually make the process harder instead of easier. In this video, we're diving into 8 decluttering mistakes seniors make, and more importantly, how to fix 99% of them, from holding on to things for sentimental reasons to organizing in ways that don't last. Each mistake quietly adds stress to daily life. But by recognizing these traps, you'll find that decluttering can become less of a burden and more of a gift to yourself and your loved ones. Stay tuned until the very end, because you'll not only discover how to avoid these pitfalls, but also learn simple changes that can bring you freedom, safety, and peace of mind. Now let's get started. Number 1. Holding on to too many sentimental items. One of the biggest mistakes seniors make when decluttering is holding on to too many things simply because they are tied to memories. It might be boxes of old birthday cards, every photo ever taken, or clothing that belonged to a loved one who has long since passed. While these items may feel like pieces of the past, keeping them all can turn your home into a storage space instead of a living space. The heart of the problem is not the object itself, but the emotion tied to it. Psychologists explain that when we attach memories to physical things, we often fear that letting go of the item means losing the memory. But the truth is, the memory lives in you, not in the object. Learning to keep a few meaningful items while releasing the rest allows you to cherish the past without letting it overwhelm your present. Consider Martha, a 78-year-old woman who saved every gift her children ever gave her. Her attic was full, her closets were bursting, and she admitted she felt guilty even thinking about letting go. With the help of her daughter, she chose just a few keepsakes that truly represented her children's love and donated the rest. She was surprised to find she felt lighter, not guilty, once her home was cleared. By reducing the number of sentimental items you keep, you make room for what really matters, living comfortably today. A few treasured objects displayed proudly can bring joy, while endless boxes in the basement only brings stress. Releasing excess items is not about forgetting your past, it's about making space for the life you are still living now. Number 2. Keeping duplicates you don't need. Another mistake many seniors make is holding on to duplicates of items, thinking, what if I need an extra someday? It might be 3 sets of measuring cups, 5 flashlights, or half a dozen coats that all serve the same purpose. While having 1 or 2 backups can be useful, keeping every duplicate clutters your home and makes it harder to find what you actually need. The psychology behind this is rooted in the scarcity mindset. Growing up in times when money was tight, many older adults learned to save everything just in case. That habit, while once helpful, now creates more stress than security. Instead of feeling prepared, you may feel weighed down by the sheer volume of stuff. Take the example of George, a 74-year-old who had a garage filled with tools. He realized he owned 7 hammers, most of them rusty, but always reached for the same one. After sorting through, he kept the best 2 and donated the rest. He later admitted that not only was his garage easier to use, but he also felt proud, knowing someone else could benefit from the extras. The truth is, duplicates drain your energy and space. Choosing the best version and letting go of the rest restores order and simplicity. You'll feel calmer knowing everything you own has a clear purpose. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3. Letting paper clutter pile up. Stacks of old bills, magazines, newspapers and letters are one of the most common sources of clutter in senior households. Many older adults keep these papers because they fear they might need them later, or because throwing them away feels careless. Over time, those piles grow into mountains that make it difficult to find what is actually important. The issue here is not just about space, it's about peace of mind. Studies on organization show that visual clutter increases stress and can even make decision-making more difficult. When every surface is covered with papers, your brain registers disorder, and that can quietly drain your energy each day. Think about Robert, an 81-year-old who had boxes of bank statements going back decades. He held on to them because he thought he might need them for taxes. His granddaughter helped him go through the piles, keeping only the most recent records and shredding the rest. Robert admitted afterward that he felt as though a weight had been lifted, and he no longer dreaded walking into his study. The fix is simple but powerful. Keep only what you truly need. Important documents should be stored neatly in one place, while the rest can be recycled or shredded. By reducing paper clutter, you not only reclaim your surfaces, but also restore clarity to your mind. It's not about tossing away your history, it's about freeing yourself from unnecessary piles so you can focus on living in the present. Number 4. Storing things for someday. A common decluttering mistake is holding on to items with the thought, I might need this someday. It could be exercise equipment that hasn't been used in years, kitchen gadgets that never leave the drawer, or boxes of craft supplies that remain untouched. These objects sit quietly, taking up space and adding to the clutter. While that someday rarely arrives, the psychology behind this comes from a desire to stay prepared and useful. Many seniors associate letting go with waste or with giving up on future possibilities. But in reality, keeping items for someday often locks you into the past, making your home less functional for the life you live now. Consider Helen, a 76-year-old who kept a treadmill in her guest room. She hadn't used it in more than 10 years, yet she felt guilty about getting rid of it because it was expensive. After finally donating it, she turned that room into a cozy reading space. She realized that letting go didn't mean failure. It meant creating a home that supported her real needs and joys. The fix is to ask yourself, does this item serve my life today? If the answer is no, it may be time to let it go. This change not only frees up space, but also brings peace of mind, allowing you to truly enjoy the things you use and love every day. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. Avoiding decluttering. Because it feels overwhelming. One of the biggest obstacles seniors face is the sheer sense of overwhelm that comes with decluttering. When you've lived in the same home for decades, it can feel impossible to know where to begin. As a result, many people avoid the task altogether, telling themselves they'll deal with it later. Unfortunately, later often never comes, and the clutter grows year after year. The psychology here is simple. Our brains resist tasks that feel too big. When you look at a whole house filled with items collected over a lifetime, it feels like climbing a mountain. That feeling can trigger procrastination, which only increases stress in the long run. Think about Frank, an 83-year-old, who admitted he hadn't gone through his garage in over 20 years. Every time he thought about it, he felt paralyzed. Finally, his grandson encouraged him to start with just one box. That single step gave Frank momentum, and over several weeks, he made steady progress until his garage became usable again. What once felt impossible became manageable. The key is breaking the process into small, achievable steps. Focus on one drawer, one shelf, or one corner at a time. Each small victory builds confidence and reduces the feeling of being stuck. Decluttering doesn't need to happen in a single day. It's a journey of consistent choices that slowly transform your home into a calmer, safer, and more enjoyable space. Number 6. Holding on to items out of guilt. Another mistake seniors often make is keeping things they don't use simply because they feel guilty about letting them go. Maybe it's a gift from a friend, a family heirloom passed down, or something that cost a lot of money. These items sit in closets, attics, and basements gathering dust, not because they're loved, but because it feels wrong to part with them. The psychology of guilt is powerful. Many older adults were raised to value every possession and to avoid waste at all costs. On top of that, sentimental attachments can make it feel like letting go means disrespecting the giver. But the truth is, keeping something you don't enjoy or use does not honor the person who gave it. It only clutters your home and weighs down your spirit. Take Barbara, a 79-year-old who held on to a set of china her sister gave her decades ago. She never used it and didn't even like the pattern, but she felt guilty about giving it away. Finally, she donated it to a community center where it was used for events. Barbara said she felt relieved, and instead of guilt, she felt joy, knowing it was finally serving a purpose. The fix is to remember that gifts and heirlooms are about the love behind them, not the physical object. Letting go doesn't erase the relationship or the meaning. It simply clears space for the things that truly support your life. Now, if you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 7. Not having a system for where things go. A mistake that quietly adds to clutter is not having a clear system for where items belong. Without designated spaces, things get left on tables, stuffed into closets, or piled onto chairs. Over time, this leads to a home where finding what you need becomes a daily frustration. Instead of your space working for you, it begins working against you. The psychology behind this is that the human mind craves order. When every item has a home, your brain relaxes because it knows exactly where to put things back. Without that system, your mind has to make dozens of little decisions each day, which creates fatigue and makes clutter more likely to creep in. Take Daniel, a 68-year-old who was constantly misplacing his glasses and mail. After his daughter helped him create small stations in his home, a tray for glasses, a basket for mail, and hooks for keys, he noticed immediate relief. Instead of searching for things, he knew exactly where to look. The clutter on his counters vanished almost overnight. The fix is to create simple, consistent systems, baskets, bins, and labeled shelves or tools. But the real key is building the habit of always returning things to the same place. Once you develop this rhythm, your home begins to feel calmer and more manageable. You'll spend less time hunting for lost items and more time enjoying the peace of your space. Number 8. Holding on to items out of fear of the future. One of the most subtle but powerful decluttering mistakes is keeping things because of fear. Fear that you might need them someday. Fear that you'll regret letting go, or fear that parting with them means parting with security. Seniors especially may cling to items like old clothes, broken appliances, or stacks of supplies just in case. While it feels like preparation, it often creates a home weighed down by clutter that never truly gets used. The psychology here is tied to loss aversion. Our minds naturally value avoiding loss more than gaining something new, so it feels safer to keep rather than to let go. But this emotional safety net often becomes a prison, leaving you surrounded by things that silently drain your energy instead of protecting you. Consider Elaine, a 75-year-old who kept dozens of empty jars in her basement, believing she might need them for canning. Years went by, and not one jar was touched. When her granddaughter helped her clear them out, Elaine admitted she felt lighter, as though a burden had been lifted. By letting go, she made space not just in her basement, but in her life. The fix is to shift your mindset from fear to trust. Trust that if you truly need something later, you'll find a way to get it. Trust that your future self deserves a home that feels free and open, not cramped with what-ifs. When you release items born of fear, you create a living space that supports your well-being today, rather than one cluttered by worries about tomorrow. Final thoughts. Decluttering is not just about making your home look tidy. It is about creating a space that lifts you up, supports your health, and brings peace to your mind. Each of the mistakes we have talked about today, whether it is holding on to too many sentimental items, keeping duplicates, avoiding tough decisions, or letting fear guide what you hold on to, chips away at the calm and freedom you deserve. By learning how to recognize these habits and gently shift them, you take back control of your surroundings and give yourself the gift of clarity and comfort. So let me ask you this: which of these mistakes felt most familiar to you? Do you see some of these patterns in your own life, or perhaps in the lives of friends or family? Recognizing them is the first step toward change, and fixing them is easier than you may realize. Even small changes, like setting up a simple system for where things go, or letting go of one just-in-case item each week, can transform how you feel in your own home. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing. Share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. We truly value your thoughts, so don't hesitate to leave a comment. Reading your feedback gives us motivation and encouragement. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Your support allows us to keep creating meaningful content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.